How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the next reaction video. This time I'm taking a look at Railfanning, but I have to use Temu equipment by BNSF 1458. So enough chit chat, let's start it up.
In today's video, I voluntarily scam myself for your entertainment by purchasing an entire railfanning equipment setup off the shady Chinese market we all know and love,
What?
Temu. For the next 7 days.
Oh, so they're a Chinese type of company then? A brand even? Which, again, I didn't even know about until I started watching this.
I'll be railfanning as usual, only with items found
Classic.
only on Temu. This is going to be one of those weeks that I sincerely hope nothing even remotely good runs. Today's video is brought to you by my new merch store. Head over to BNSF1458.com to get yourself some funny train-related items and help fund future videos just like this one. Don't worry.
No thanks, I won't be buying.
Assuming Temu didn't steal my credit card information, your money won't go towards them again. So we have here the Temu version of everything I use trackside in the cart, minus a scanner actually, I didn't think of that. A microphone, a drone, a tripod, and a camera, for a grand total of $83.24. I smell lies. I feel so bad about this, bro. What am I doing with my money? Alright,
I don't know,
so
but
December 4th. Rest in peace, my credit card information.
So we have here what I'm expecting to be probably the worst camera that I'm ever gonna film with.
Well, it's tiny.
At this point, all I had was the camcorder, but I also managed to find a cheap tripod I bought off Amazon a couple years ago that would work perfectly in place of the even worse one I would later receive. I kind of hoped for it all to come together, but you know, it was stuff from Temu, plus it was being shipped through USPS.
What is with that van design? It's ugly as shit.
With those two things considered, I'm surprised it actually all showed up. Our first train, to my disappointment, was one of Union Pacific's few SD70 AHT4 locomotives. If my memory serves me correctly, it's been over 6 months since one of these was found leading in daylight on the Hinckley sub. Oh, wait a minute. That's literally every locomotive on the Hinckley subdivision.
I mean, it's better than nothing. The only Tier 4s I ever see are the Tier 4 GVOs on NS. I still like them. Always nice to see every now and then.
Daylight on the Hinckley sub. Oh, wait a minute. That's literally every locomotive on the Hinckley subdivision. Now, I could have just done the easy thing and walked to my local rail crossing for every train that passed during this challenge. I would have saved a little bit of gas doing that, but I think it's best that I ensure the highest level of self-torture by going to what would have been cool spots had I been using my regular equipment.
You do you, I guess.
I just can't believe that a leader as beautiful as the SD70 AHT4 is coming, and the camera I'm using is so cheap that it can't even screw all the way down onto a tripod.
That's terrible.
Why can't I get this stupid... Oh, train time. Yep, so we're off to a horrible start so far.
And I cannot imagine what it's gonna look like. Probably be blurry as shit, and you probably may not be able to see the numbers at worst. But I'll stop prolonging it.
This is like the only good train the whole challenge.
Okay, so I've entered the house, and I'm now looking at the footage off the Temu camera.
I can see that. I knew it was gonna be blurry as shit. Like, what is this? Like, listen, what the hell? You can hardly see the numbers, especially with the first one.
Honestly, like, as the rolling stock passes, it's kind of difficult to tell that this is a $20 camera. I mean, it doesn't look good, but since it's like snowy and a cloudy day, I think that kind of helps.
Yeah, maybe. But still, that blurriness kind of pisses me off. Although I must say that, judging from the camera quality, it's almost like you were to be filming this in like the mid-2000s, early 2010s. Since I know there were a lot of videos from back then and even after a few years later from there where they kind of had quality like that. But, you know, not everybody had the best HD cameras and whatnot. So they have to work with what they got. But I will mention one thing that really irritates me at times. Whenever I cannot see or identify the number on every diesel locomotive I see. See, identifying the unit numbers matters greatly to me. It's the main reason why I'm very hesitant to ever try rail fanning at night. Because, well, obviously, you can't see shit half the time. Most of the time, anyway. And as I said, it's hard to see, no matter what the video quality at times. Which I'm trying not to repeat myself on. But not being able to identify unit numbers, especially at night shots, can irritate me. Not to mention, I look at the ns-9.com website a lot for my background info on the units I see from the railroad. Like with the many AC-44C6Ms. Trying to get the X unit number for whatever -9 unit it was, and so on. That matters greatly to me, and I try to keep it all consistent with any unit I see, basically. So apologies for the prolonged preamble thing here, but again, when I cannot identify unit numbers, it bugs me to no end.
You can obviously tell it's very low quality once you get into full screen. But if you were just on a tiny full screen, it'd honestly be kind of hard to tell this was a $20 camera. Now, I'm not saying this is good. It is absolutely terrible.
Well, yeah, it's terrible, but it could be worse. Which I remember at least one or two of my rail fanning videos, I had issues with really bad blur, no matter how much I cleaned my lens. But eventually the problem fixed itself and I was relieved. And I'm glad that nobody seemed to have much of a problem with the blurriness anyway. Because what mattered at the end of the day is that I got the trains. Even with bad blurry quality. It works, I guess.
But it's actually not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I'll give it that. The rest of the stuff just popped up in the mailbox. We've got
Ohio SD40-2 left in critical condition after getting a knee injury. I mean, you mean traction motor injury or something? I forgot the term for a minute. The name, anyway.
We've got not one, not two, 3 packages.
How much more money did you waste on those?
Oh, no. This is going to shake like crazy when the train goes by. The drone. This is so going to blow away. Wait a minute. I'm not even going to be able to use this. It's got like this end. It doesn't have a 3.5 millimeter. Dang it. And just like that,
well,
the Temu bag. That's the only thing that comes with me from now on. Yep, so just a quick update. After probably half an hour of messing around with this stupid thing, I cannot get the app to connect, and this clearly has no camera. So unfortunately, we've been scammed. I mean, that was kind of the point of this video, but I did want this to work.
Did it work at all?
It wouldn't be until day 4 that we actually had another train coming during daylight hours. In this 3-day period, there were probably 20 trains or so, but every single one of them ran either at night or at times I was unable to make it trackside. On the snowy morning...
God, you don't know how many times I've heard a train in the distance and I cannot get to the crossings to film it, especially at night hours. Bugs me to no end as well. But it happens.
Ran either at night or at times I was unable to make it trackside. On the snowy morning of December 4th, I made a very cold and frankly somewhat brutal walk to the local rail crossing in what was reported to be 30-mile-an-hour gusts of wind for a BNSF coal train. Much like the SD70 AHT4 liter we caught in the beginning of the video, it had actually been a little while since I seen one of these. Of course, one shows up now that I'm using Temu equipment. So here I am, out in the blistering cold, making videos with a Temu camera
and a tripod that is going to break in 5 minutes. Life is horrible.
That thing looks like it'd be wobbly as shit.
Tripod that is going to break in 5 minutes.
That is not stable.
Life is horrible.
So once again, I'm in the house reviewing my Temu footage, and once again, I'm not impressed.
Oh my god. Hold on, was one of those never mind, that's not a Thundercat base like I thought it was. Like, good god, it's even worse. Oh. It
really
fell
waiting
over.
for it to actually be sunny so we can get like what would have been a decent video. But anyway.
Yeah, but too bad. You just had to buy all this crap during winter of all times. But hey, it's not like you never planned it sooner anyway.
Waiting for it to actually be sunny so we can get like what would have been a decent video. But anyway, I decided to do a pan at the end to see just how bad the tripod would perform. And like there was a little bit of shake on the initial grab of the tripod, but
yeah, but you got an NSDPU, solid.
Other than that,
at least I can see the number. Thank God.
It's not good, but it's not as bad as I wanted it to be. I was actually really surprised.
Literally, the NSDPU was the best looking thing on that encounter, especially compared to the last one.
And embarrassingly, the same sort of no train deal happened for the remainder of the challenge until the final day, when I was in absolute shock to hear that a BNSF SD75M leader was leading the Superior to Northtown for the first time in over a year. If you don't already know, I'm obsessed with these BNSF SD75Ms, and I honestly never expected one to lead again after the local ones all got relocated.
I don't blame you. These things look sick.
And I honestly never expected one to lead again after the local ones all got relocated. But here I was, heading north to witness something I've pretty much been down on my knees praying to happen for the last 365 days.
Warren
with
Buffett.
a $20 camera.
And time for the pathetic gear again. For the first SD75 in over a year. This is so dumb. Why am I even doing that? If there were ever Railfanning...
I wonder what you'd be doing this for. You're obviously torturing yourself for our entertainment. Because, let's be honest, us rail fans have a lot of sick, twisted pleasure and stuff like this.
This is so dumb. Why am I even doing that? If there were ever Railfanning sins, this would definitely be the worst one.
Godly warm. And of course,
in terms of action, this week was...
And of course, you can't see the damn numbers.
In terms of action, this week was definitely well below average, but somehow every train I caught managed to be above average in just about every way. So,
yeah, but seriously, that was a godly horn.
So my takeaways from this crappy challenge: if you want good things to run, use Temu equipment.
Hey, sorry for interrupting.
Well, if you say so. But anyway, that's going to do it for the reaction, everybody. Let me know what you think down below. Original video will be in the description as always. That was a fun watch nonetheless. So take care, everybody, and I'll see y'all next time.